No, it's nice to come back. It's almost like a back to where I started kind of thing. I started my professional career here, and it's just honestly so nice to be back. It's been a while since AUSX Open has been kind of run again, and to come back and be partners with it too is a dream almost. So it's awesome, honestly.
It's awesome, man. It's cool. It feels like the homecoming. It's unreal. We've been welcomed, and it's kind of cool. We haven't been here for so long, so Australia's got your back and they support you, but until you really feel it and stuff, it's you kind of like, oh yeah, you know it's there, but it just feels so much better when you're here and people are coming up to you and stuff, and it's really cool, man. Really cool.
First laps here on the marble track this morning.
Yeah.
What's the thoughts?
I just told Bailey it's too good. It's so good. The dirt's unreal, slippery on the flats, but it's really fun. Rhythm. We only got to do one rhythm, but it was really fun. So, I'm actually I just want to ride the full track already, but they got a little more work to do. They have to wait until they can start building for the stadium rules. So, excited to see the full track.
Yeah, all good, man. It's good to be back here. I never raced in Melbourne. Was always in Sydney when I came here and did the AUSX. So yeah, it's cool to be here. A little shakedown this morning, just kind of like some press stuff, and yeah, all good. Got most of the track built. We just rode that little section, and it's good to be here.
Most of the year going up against the Lawrences. Take us through the feeling of beating them in Australia. Is that that little bit more extra on a few?
No doubt. I mean, it's good, right? We had a great Supercross season last year up against Jett. We ended up getting second, but had a good year. And then, at Paris, he obviously won more races than I did, but I was able to get the overall with my consistency. So, yeah, I feel like we had a good week in Florida last week. Got a little bit better, know what we need to work on, and now we're in Oz. And yeah, they're home country, so we'll see. Feeling good though. Feel like I'm riding well, and would definitely feel good to get a win here for sure.
Obviously, I started off on the back foot anyway. I sort of coming off the end of motocross there. I was injured, so I missed Redcliffe 1 and 2. So from that point on, then the sort of game plan changes a little bit. I'm obviously out of the championship before we even get started, and then I was back on the bike come Redcliffe, but it was just the smartest move to not race. So then obviously, we took that bit of extra time. I got down to Sydney to do some testing with the team, tried to get my wrist a little bit better, but unfortunately, just with the time that we didn't have, I just obviously, even coming to the third round at Wollongong, I was just, behind the 8 ball. We really didn't have much time to get much testing done. And it's had its struggles. Wollongong was, even though it was my first one, was probably my best one so far. The dirt was really good. I thought the track was great, but and then I ended the night with a crash, got stuck on my bike and had like a pretty nasty burn. So then had to take another week off to recover from that, and then that steamed into Adelaide, which was just a nightmare for me. But then we went to Perth for the World Supercross, which I was stoked to be involved in, and then actually rode really good, figured some stuff out on the bike, so hopefully that translates over this weekend.
Is it a case of throughout the season you almost look at it and go, do I want to finish the season? Like, did those thoughts start to creep in at all, or what was that like?
Yeah, Adelaide was pretty tough mentally. Just from the get-go, I was struggling with a lot of things that weekend. And that weekend, I think the thoughts sort of crept in a little bit. But give me 5 minutes and I'll calm down, and I'm not missing out on any of the races. So I'd rather be here than not. And I know that I'll never ever give up, no matter how far in the trenches we are. Like, I'll always figure it out. So that's sort of what we're doing at the moment. It's hard when I'm trying to obviously race my way back into form. Obviously I'm coming off the back of an injury, so I'm trying to race back into form. Also develop a bike that's never been in Supercross before with the new 25 KDM. So there's just a lot of moving parts going on, and then obviously kind of reintroducing myself back into Supercross on a 450. So lots happening really, and I think that's sort of what's seen the hurdles through the Supercross so far.
Yeah, we're going good. Look, I'm healthy, and I've built every single round. I've put in some solid results and shown my speeds there. I've just, been tangled up in a few mistakes that have ultimately probably led to me missing a few podiums. Obviously, we've got a little bit of added competition here this weekend, but I'm happy to be here. I missed Melbourne last year, and the track looks unreal. The dirt, the best I've ever seen, Melbourne's dirt. So super excited to get out there and race. I think it's going to be one of the biggest Melbournes that we've had. Yeah, look, I've had success with Triple Crowns in the past, but I think ultimately with my Supercross success, especially in 22, it was more on the traditional main event styles, the longer mains. But yeah, you could say that I've got caught out in the races. I've got second, thirds in 2 of the races, but then get a 9th or a 10th in the other race because they're so short, and one little mistake or just getting even pushed off track can cost you a lot. So so tomorrow's for me is just to finish strong and try and put in just 3 solid rides and see where we end up. Yeah, so the ultimate decision for my 2025 is just me personally. I had a really rough transition from my injuries, and I'm not battling for the top 3 in this championship, so that's just not good enough to go race the AMA. And so yeah, I'm gonna be back in Australia based 2025 and hopefully do the World Supercross Series again, and just try and get to back where I was in that 2022-23 era.
Yeah, I feel pretty good, honestly. It's been a good week, and didn't really do too much, so just really been resting after last weekend, and it's time to go race, time to go execute. Really want to just keep doing what I've been doing. Take things one step at a time. The dirt today felt good during press day, so I'm just trying to stay present. Trying not to think about it too much or get too ahead of myself. Take it one step at a time. It's like I got to execute my start and put myself in a good position, and if the win's there, then I want to win. And we have three quick races, I think 3 6-lappers, so I think this track is going to be a good racetrack. The dirt here in Melbourne is always good, and the one rhythm we rode today was a proper rhythm, so I'm excited about it, and just about execution this weekend.